Hey everybody, Wes here with an update to the Christmas Village O-scale layout, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, Christmas slash O-scale layout. I did a update back in August. I never uploaded it, so this is going to be part of the August update. With this now, it's actually January 10th, so it's after Christmas. Now is the best time to finish this. So if you don't remember, this is my Christmas layout, Christmas Village slash O-scale layout, just to give you a quick viewing of it. I already took the Christmas trains down, but I could show a video of the Christmas trains at the end of the video. So a couple new things. I finally found the Friends Central Perk Department 56 piece. So there's that right there. I also ordered my first Lionel locomotive. And the reason why I did that is because it doesn't look, it is impossible for me to find MTH's Virginian heritage. I don't know if that was the most popular or one of the most popular ones, or they just didn't make enough as the other ones, because I could still find the other ones, like the Pennsylvania Railroad and the Norfolk and Western. I can find all those, but this is one of the few ones I cannot find for some strange reason, and it doesn't look like they're going to reissue it anytime soon. So I bit the bullet, and I bought the Virginian, and I bought the Erie. And the reason why I bought the Erie, well, there's two reasons. One, that was the first heritage unit I saw in person. And also, the Erie is 1068 and this is 1069. And for OCD reasons, that makes my OCD a whole lot better. Now, I mainly use MTH TCC. Hey, Lucy, you want to be part of the update? Huh? Okay, yeah. Since I'm in my basement, hard concrete floor, so actually I stack these up and stand on them, so that way it doesn't hurt my knees. But also, when the grand twins come running in here to look outside, well, they don't slip and fall. But anyway, again, OCD, ADD kicking in. So I bought those two, and then I had to buy the Train Master command base. Now, I bought the first one. I don't think my lights work. Oh, they do work, just not, I gotta fix, I don't have a light here, but I have these lights right there, these LED lights. I'll talk about those in a minute. But there's my command base right there. So when I go to, actually I do have one here, it's just not working. I gotta go back. There's two of these on each run, you know, a set of legs or whatever. So that one back there needs to be fixed. So anyway, there's my command base. That's command base one. I'm not worried about all of the functions. I just want to run trains, right? I mean, I'm not going to be running these a lot because I only have two. Not as much as, you know, this is my MTH-9, right? So I can run those, but I can't run both at the same time. I will do a video on how I connected that command base to my TCU. But you can't run Lionel and MTH with this setup at the same time. Now, I know the Wi-Fi TCU, I think that's backwards compatibility. So I think you could. I'm not sure. But I think it is backwards compatible where you don't need a command base. But I don't know if you can or cannot run both at the same time, because obviously that's going to be two electrical signals from two different systems. I don't know, maybe you can. If someone in the comments tell me if you can. But since I can't, because I'm only running that, because I only have two Lionel locomotives, it's not a big deal to me. I can always just take one off or just leave it on there for right now and run one at the same time. Now, all of this, so here's some of the newer stuff, and you can see some new boxes, because this layout right here is 50% complete. Only 50%. But starting this month in January, until I start doing my detailing on the side, we're going to get this closer to 80%. So another thing that I bought, and I'm going to show a video, is the Spirit of Roanoke J611 from MTH. So I bought that, and I also bought MTH's new Premier Christmas steam locomotive. It's still, I called MTH, it was supposed to be released in October. Called MTH at the end of November, and the guy kind of laughed and said, I know it's on the boat. That's all he could say. So, you know, and I don't fault, you know, MTH or Lionel, you know, it's not their fault. So it most likely it'll probably be here around March or April. But anyway, that still gives me time because I'm getting rid of the MTH Real Tracks and going to Atlas track, right? And first things first, I can already hear and smell the steam coming off keyboards. No, you need the Gargraves track. You need this track. And most people go to the Gargraves track. Let me tell you why this track is better. For someone who deals with electricity, here's the first thing. Let's see, get it focused. There we go. Solid rail, right? Come on, focus. We're going to focus as much as possible. There we go. First off, the Real Tracks is solid rail. You can see it right there. So solid rail, first off the bat, is going to conduct better than hollow rail. And actually, Real Tracks used to do it. This piece right here, where is it? One of these pieces, this piece is solid rail. But then this piece is hollow. That piece is solid rail. You can usually tell by the color because the other two different colors. You can see it really right there. So that darker gray, that's hollow rail. This is solid rail. I just old stuff that I had. That was the other thing, two different colors. But solid rail will conduct better than hollow rail, and it'll be quieter, right? So there's your two main reasons. It was either going to be MTH scale tracks or Atlas O gauge track. I was debating on those two, and I went with Atlas because with only I think 4 or 5 people keeping MTH running right now, I don't think there's a consistency in track. I know Atlas isn't going anywhere, so got that. Got a bunch of rail feeders, 3 different switches, 054, 072, and then just a main part for putting power to the track. Oops, get that up. And my grand twins, man, I'm gonna have to put a gate up because their toys are all over the place over here. The other thing is I'm going to rewire. Sorry. Oh, before I talk about that, this is why I have the ladder out. For some strange reason, with this Real Tracks, whenever I run my locomotives, my MTH locomotives through the tunnel, fine. But for some strange reason, I run the Virginian and the Erie as the second in line. It always derails right there. Don't know why. I don't know if this is just a little bit longer and it's shoestrings, but when I run 2 locomotives back to back, or the 2 Lionel locomotives back to back, it always derails over there. That's why I got the old ladder out. But it doesn't do it with one. So I'm just going to chalk it up to track. Plus, this track doesn't look real. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't look real. I want this to look like a real village, a real Lionel set, right? So that's why I'm going to go to this. So that's half of the track. The other half of the track, which is coming from Train World, I believe, it is going to be delivered Wednesday. So I got to, it's Saturday. So between Saturday to Wednesday, I got to take the rest of the Christmas stuff down and then put some tables in my storage room where I keep all my Christmas decorations and Halloween decorations, stuff like that. And then take the village pieces off, because I do have another set right here. So it kind of just loops in, right? And then comes back around. So that's what I got going on. The other thing is I'm going to rewire everything back here. It's not that bad. You can see some of the wiring right there and right there. Oh no, this one is not working either. So I'm gonna have to figure out why. Usually it's because I hit a wire. But anyway, I'm gonna rewire this track, and I like Install Link, and this is 16 gauge. And I think it was like, I don't know, $17, $18 on Amazon. So I got the red and black for the main power. I got blue and black for, what did I get blue and black for? I don't remember. Blue and black, and then purple and black to color code so I know what's going on. I think what I'm gonna do is do the red and black coming from the power from my TCU over to my terminal block right here, right? And then I think I'm gonna use blue and black for the feeders for the track, because I'm gonna do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I may do purple for wiring the switches and stuff like that. And then actually I got that. Maybe I'll do that. And then they have 2 other different colors. So I've got to do street lamps. Got a whole bunch of MTH, I think it's MTH street lamps. That's all going to be wired in here. You can see I only got 1, 2, 3. I need a 4th piece right there to make it look more realistic. Same thing here. But also I'm rewiring it because my 2 cats, when they're out, they've gotten underneath it, and that's why I've kind of like blocked this off. You can see why, that's why it's that high. They started chewing on some of the wires, so that's why that one's not lit. That's why that one's not lit. Because, and they're only chewing on, you can see right there, see, I'm not using, that's a Lemax Village piece set right there. I'm not using their stuff. I'm actually using the LEDs from the Woodland Scenics Just Plug and Play, because it's so much easier. And so that's where I got the wire loom for. So I'm going to use that wire loom to cover all the little wires that is coming off of the Woodland Scenics Just Plug and Play set. So that's what I got going on there. I did order some more bushes, and it makes it look really good. So I'm a firm believer. One of the things that makes your village, it fills out and makes it look more realistic, is trees, right? So I got the bushes right there, as you can see, and then it helped hide this section right here, right? And then, you know, that's why I got all the trees. Trees just fill everything out. I mean, look at that. That's not that bad, right? Oh yeah, my daughter, she bought this stupid. This is a little. What do you call it? Damn it. I don't know. My wife has a stupid little foo-foo dog. It's a Yorkie and a Yorkie Chihuahua mix. And so this is a little cart that you can push her in. And because we have eagles here, so we don't let her outside. So this is like an enclosed stroller for her. So my daughter, crazy kid, she's 29, but she takes that dog out in this enclosed stroller and walks that stupid dog. But anyway, so that's why that's there. She's been walking out. So I'm trying to get them to stop putting stuff on the train table, because they have this, my wife and daughter and kids, grandkids have this thing of they just put anything on here, right? So I'm trying to get them out of that habit. I do have the Lemax, these are, you know, the rolled set, you know, for, I don't know if I'm going to use this and weather it, because I don't know if I can glue that down and make it look seamless, or if I'm going to hand draw, you know, with a pencil and then paint it and fill it in, or get one of those rollers from that one company. I think it's called like Green something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's going to be one of the 3. Oops, knocked down my little thing there. There we go. The other thing that's kind of pissing me off is that these 2. These are expensive, right? They're about $100, and these 2, right? And they stop working. That pisses me off. You can hear the sound coming from the paratroopers, but it doesn't work anymore. And you can see the thing is spinning, but that just pisses me off. So, and same thing with this. There's something going on. Like there's a magnetic part right there, but it's not spinning inside of itself. That pisses me off. And then this was one of my favorite pieces, the Fantastical Reindeer. And this is the original because this one has the Santa Claus there. And because there's a newer style now. And it just doesn't work. And that pisses me off. And same thing with my Ferris wheel and merry-go-round. That kind of pisses me off. If anyone who's watching this knows how to fix this, please put comments in, or I think my email is in there. Just email me, because that really pisses me off, because I don't want to buy those again, but it looks like I'm going to have to. But you spend over $100 on this kind of stuff, and then it doesn't last that long. And it's not the wiring, because I'm using actually Panamax and Furman snakes and extension cords and stuff like that. So it's not like I went cheap. So for instance, let me show you right here. It's kind of hard to see, but this right here, you can see the blue light. That's my Panamax power conditioner. This is what you use for your hi-fi equipment and your stereo stuff and like that. And then here's another Panamax 9 outlets. So I'm not using cheap stuff. I don't know what it is. It pisses me off, but I don't know what it is. But it all goes to right here, right? So I have this one main switch right there. And then I can just hit it right there. And then I have this one switch here. That's for my lights, right? So it'll turn off like that and then turn back on, right? So there we go. The other thing, I need to get rid of the buffalo snow and actually make an actual backdrop like how you normally would with the plaster and stuff like that. So that's going on. I just didn't turn that on. That's separate. But I need to do that, get rid of that village snow and buffalo snow, whatever you call it, and just make a actual real thing. And then cap it off here with that one piece that I actually had. So that's what I have going on. I don't know. I do have a couple more pieces. I did get I think it was Empire Records from St. Nicholas Square. I did get that. I may put that piece back there. So I got to rewire a lot of this stuff, mainly underneath, to get that going. The other thing I had to do was put an extension piece right here. So you can see that right there. It goes all the way down because I needed to do all 072. Because what ended up happening is to make this fit, because this is 12 feet long by 6 feet, it's in 3-foot sections. So this is 3 foot, and then the back half is 3 foot because I rent. So I don't want to do anything permanent to this layout. I want it to be modular so I can move it until I find a house that I like with a big enough basement and a big enough garage, which I'm having a hard time do right now. Now is not a seller's market. I'm sorry, a buyer's market, I should say. So what ended up happening was I had 072 and then 1042 and then 072 to make it fit here. So because I got that J611, it was only, I think, no bigger than, it wouldn't fit with the 042, it would derail. So I had to go to 072, and that's why I had to extend this out. So that's another reason why I'm changing the track, and I just got to cut another piece, right here, and then I'll start with the stuff. Lucy, where'd you go? So I got that extension piece going. I just need to cut another piece right here for that. And then I have a plan. I'm going to get a tower for right here. And then I'm going to get the O gauge Atlas signal system. Get the little dwarf signals for right here for this thing, for this switch here. And I'm probably going to put one of the main signals right there because it's not going to look right when I get a tower piece for right here. Right? So I'll probably put it right there. Probably try to cut this back a little bit, this mountain, and make a little road, little dirt road, so I can have a little car there so they can service it. So I'm going to put that probably about right there. So I have the signal, and I'll probably block. It'll be easier to block. When you do blocks, it's very hard. You can't do it's really hard and a pain in the butt, and you're asking for electrical issues when you use or too close to a block signal with switches. So that's why I want to put that switch light right there. Plus, it'd be easier to see because we walk in here. Then call them. So that's what I got going on. So I'm going to start to take this down, move all of this into my storage room, and that way I can pull it out and work on both sides at the same time with the track. And then I'm going to take all of these off, all the village pieces off, put them on a table, 2 tables in there, and so I can start working on it. Mainly, I don't need to take everything off, just mainly, the village pieces like right around there. So I can get in and start working and all the accessories and stuff like that. So there's my granddaughter right there. But yeah, that's what I got going on. I know it's been a while since I made a video on this. The last few videos were, there's a stray dog in my yard. Yep, right there. Somebody lost their dog. Hey, at least it's got a tag on it, so we're good. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I got going on. So over time, we're going to do some... Once I get the track down, I'll do another update video. So just want to say thanks for watching. More content coming, and coming pretty quick. Okay, so an update to the update. It's January 15th, and on the 14th, I finally got it. It's the Merry Christmas SRA Pacific Steam Engine 462. Real coal loads. That was pretty impressive. Not like the plastic. Yeah, but actually a real coal load. You flip the top. There's the smoke and the sound. And then this is magnetic. This is metal. This is metal, which is extremely impressive. But this is magnetic. Just twist that off and you put the smoke oil in there. See the 2 little magnets right there? So pretty impressive. When I first saw this, I knew I had to have it. Because it looked good on the picture, but in person, this looks phenomenal. I mean, it is unbelievable. The whistle sounds awesome. Really, really cool. So it's got 2 lights, 2 red lights back there that illuminate and get a full frontal. Look at that. That is awesome. Really awesome. I also got the rest of my track. So this is one of the 40 links. This 40 link will go right here in this place. So that's the update to the update. I'm going to try to video as much as possible with me doing the track. Although track work is track work. But I will do some of the new stuff. I will do videos for the wiring. So I got stuff up there. Oh, one way to keep let me just do a quick tip here. One way to keep the dust off your trains is just go get a detailing brush, or you can use a makeup brush, and there you go. You can just brush that off, especially right here with the engines. You get right there, get that dust off. Or if your vacuum cleaner has a boar's hair attachment, you can use that as well too, because that's what you're supposed to use the dust, is that boar's hair attachment. So that's what I got going on. So I'll probably video a little bit of this, but not much. So thanks for watching.